Well, time for part 3. It is March 25th. I uploaded part 2 yesterday, March 24th. And we left it with me getting ready to do painting. And I realized I forgot to show you the new fountains I put together over here. And I decided to mix up the names. We got Gigan, Krampus, Megalon, Wolfman, The Thing, Mummy, Godzilla, and Jaws on that one. This one got Gigantus, King Caesar, Gamera, Monster Zero, Dracula, Rodan, Zombie, and Mothra on it. And they're ready for paint, which won't be done until the wall panels are done, which is my first step. I just gotta get set up. I think I'm on a debate on what color to do first. It's a toss-up between purple and orange. I've got orange going into the damaged areas and purple going into the grout lines. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the grout lines here. I might just do those in black, around the ring, instead of trying to do purple. And I might mix up the coloring on the ring too, and do green in the damaged area on that. I haven't decided on that part yet. But I think I'm going to do purple first. We'll put a little bit of Morgan on the panels. And what I mean by put a little bit Morgan on the panels is Morgan's favorite color is purple. She loves purple. But anyway, this last part of this build vlog is going to be focusing on the different painting styles, techniques, what have you. And then once this vlog is done and uploaded, I'm going to go ahead and set this whole thing up out in the backyard, and we'll do a reveal video of it, both during daylight and at nighttime. And we're going to try using the black lights, but since I'm not going to be in a covered area, I don't know how well the black lights are going to work. But we'll give that a try. So we'll have one more video after this one. So stay tuned. Well, welcome to day 2 of this part of the build. Yesterday we got in here and got what I thought was all the grape done, or the purple. Since that was my last panel I did. Last night when I was going to bed, it dawned on me I forgot 2 pieces. The shelving for the tub. Got 2 of them. Forgot I had carved foam on them, and the grout lines need to be sprayed purple. So, first thing today, we're going to get the purple back out, and we're going to get these 2 sprayed. After that, and we get cleaned up from doing that, we're going to be working on fluorescent orange on all the panels. And we're going to start going over the detail areas, and this is going to take some time. There's a lot of damaged areas to do. Plus, the fountains, and I got the third one over there, the brick are going to be painted that same fluorescent orange. That's going to be done by brush. That will be done at a later time. Right now, I just want to get the wall panels done. I don't know. I might say the hell with it and go ahead and paint the fluorescent orange too. On the fountains too. I don't know. Depends on how much energy Ram's got. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's build by getting cleaned up in here. I've got some leftover lumber, some 2x2s, and I don't mind having extra 2x2s, but I won't need them when the haunt when we start setting up the haunt. But they need to go over there in that corner with the rest of my wood, and with the wall panels in here, I can't get them put away. So, since I need to get these out of the shop anyway, I am going to get that wood put away too. So, then we'll get into spraying. Greetings! Welcome. I think it's day 3 or day 4. I took a couple of days off. Trying not to push it too hard with the builds like I normally do. We got the purple and the orange done on the wall panels and including the shelving, the shelf brackets for the tubs. The one thing I did not put orange on were the fountains. The brick on those get orange as well, but that's going to be brushed on. I will do that at a later time. But I did do the purple on there. For today, we're going to be working with two different colors. First off, we're going to be working on this outer ring around the hole. This is the piece that holds the projection screen. And we're going to do the damaged areas in fluorescent green. I am still undecided on the grout lines here, what to do with them, whether I'll do them in purple or just do them in black. I haven't gotten that far yet. I do know we want to do that ring in green, which won't take too long. Next is the wording on all the panels. And that we're going to do in fluorescent blue. And I could probably do that. I should do those by brush, but I think I'm going to say the hell with it and try spraying them and see how they turn out. So we're going to work on green and blue today, and then we'll kind of go from there and see what's what. I'm thinking after the green and the blue are done on the panels, my next step is to get the roller out and start doing the gray on the face of the brick. And something I don't want to get started on and quit in the middle of it and then come out here the next day. I'd rather do it all at once and get it all done at the same time, if that makes any sense. So I'll have to see what I've got for timing and everything. Rolling the gray on shouldn't take that long, but still, it's just a mess having to drag the panels in and out and stuff. So we'll kind of go from there and see what happens. Well, happy Easter, people. I was out here a couple of days ago and forgot to grab the camera, but I went through and I got the gray on all the pieces that needed the gray. And we're now ready to the point where we're ready to start doing other colors. I do know I'm going to have some touch-ups to do on the grout lines. You know, I got some gray. This one's fairly bad. There's a lot of gray on the purple, so I'll have to go through and fix that. But all the panels have a little bit here and there on in spots where I got gray on it. There's also, like if you look right there, you can see a little bit of orange and stuff. Typical, I'm going to have to go back through by brush and touch up the grout lines. Today, what we are going to be focusing on is going to take a couple of days. It's going to be 4 different colors. One, I got to come back to with the white on the signs, and I got a little bit of blue on the white. So I'm going to need to go through and touch that up with some white. Then I got to get the sponges out, and we're going to do, just like we did on the wall panels, by sponge fluorescent green over all the bricks that have damaged on them, and a fluorescent red, it's called magenta, over the bricks that don't have damage. And that will be applied by brush. I mean, not brush, by sponge. And then over here on this panel and this panel only, the ring that has the green around where the projection screen goes. That's getting a slightly darker shade of gray. And that's going to be a quickie. In fact, that's going to be the first panel we'll do. But we're going to get in here and start putting all the different colors on it. I don't know how far I'm going to get today, whether I'll get it all done today or not. But we are going to give it a try. Greetings! Another day out in the Dragon's Lair workshop. We did pretty good yesterday. We got the green sponged on that. Green and red. Touched up on all the panels, and I went and cleaned up the where the words are there, so nothing will fade through. And we got darker gray on here. That makes that stand out a little bit more. Now, we're getting close to being done with this portion of the project. I still need to go through, and we'll use this panel here, and I need to go through and touch up the grout lines on all the panels. We decided I'm going to use a regular yellow, not a fluorescent yellow, for the plaques where all the words are. And then I also need to come through here on this panel, and these grout lines between the bricks are going to be done in black. So I need to do that. So I've got 3 colors, yellow, black, and purple I'm going to be doing. The black will be real quick. The yellow on the plaque should be real quick, and touching up the purple is going to take a while, because I'm going to do it all by brush. But that's what we are getting ready to get going on now. And it's probably going to take a day or two just because of the grout line. Okay, small milestone done. I got those done. Those are the trays for the upper clam shells on the wall panels. And then out here, I got the wall panels 100% done. Now, I'm noticing as I'm painting, I just got done second coating the yellow and the blue on the plaques on all the wall panels. And I got to noticing I really screwed up on the wording. Not only did I forget the extra M in swimming on both that panel and that panel. Let's see, was this one? Yeah. Haunted. N is backwards. That one's fine. You get over here though, the N is backward on haunted, N is backward on watching, and that one's fine. Between missing the M's and backward N's, I was very dyslexic when I laid those out. And I'm normally not that bad when I'm doing wording. This time I think my problem was that I was in a rush when I was laying it out and I just wasn't paying attention. Now, those are done, they need to dry. I'm going to bring them in here and stand them up in here. It's only about mid-50s today, which is chilly. Compared to last week, we were upper 70s. So I'm going to move those panels in here and let them dry, and I'm done out here for today. But that brings me on to the small shit to do. I've got the pipes here that need to get painted blue, quick and easy. And then I've got a single fountain, which is Morgan's fountain. And I got a double fountain there and a double fountain there that need to be painted. Then I got the clamshells sitting there. I'm going to go over those. I think I'm going to sand those down and I'm going to repaint them too. So I got to get those done and then this project's done. I don't know how long it's going to take. Right now I really don't care. I'm cold. I want to go in. Well, fountains are for the most part done. I did not film the painting process of them because I figured you guys knew how to paint. I spent a lot of time showing you the wall panels there, the different techniques I went. This was all done by brush, and I know my voice is all messed up, but you can live with it. Now, one thing I did not do when I was painting these, I started out by painting the pipes first. And I got some drips here and here and here. All the panels have some drips on them. Now, normally, before I would paint the orange is a translucent color. In other words, to cover that up, I'd have to put 50 coats of orange over it to get it to cover up. I'm not going to put 50 coats of orange on it. But, so what I would normally do is take a piece of sandpaper before I started the orange and come back to any place where there's, a spot like that, and I just lightly sand that one area to get rid of the blemish, and then come over and do my orange. I did not do that. I chose not to do that. Reason being, originally, was I was thinking, old brick walls and stuff have blemishes and stuff on them. So having the paint blemishes here, I look like, age. But now I'm looking at it, I'm not really liking it. So what I am thinking about doing is I've got some spray glue, and I believe I have some Spanish moss laying around in the shop somewhere. I think it's on the bottom of that shelving there. And I could come through and over all the blemishes put a little bit of spray glue and put some Spanish moss on it. And that would hide it. Hide the blemish. You know, and I could just sporadically do it on each of the panels. And maybe around the lips and stuff on the pipe. Problem with that is it's something that needs to be reapplied every couple of years. Spanish moss, you spray glue it on, it looks great. You put it in the storage, it rubs together, it rubs against something, and it comes off. And you end up with like a gritty mess where it used to be stuck at. So you have to put more spray glue down, put more moss on. I don't know if I want to go through that hassle or not. You know, it's something I'm thinking on. So, but right now, I'm going to say fountains are done. Right now, where the moss is back there, I can't get to because the clamshells are in the way. So I think I'm going to get the clamshells out here, and I'm going to get started painting them. So give me a second, let me get this mess put away, and we'll bring a clamshell out and show you what I've done with them so far. Now, as to the clamshells, I have done a little bit of work. I went and got my palm sander out, and I went over all of them and gave them kind of a light sanding and knocked off the loose paint. But I still left enough of the things on so I could just come back over and give them a repainting, which is all I'm basically going to do. We're going to use the yellow and the black. I did do some looking. I was thinking about just sanding them all the way off and then relaying them out. I found my patterns that I used. I used a piece of 1/8 inch Luan and laid out the words on it and then cut it out and then just originally traced the wording on. So I could erase it all the way and just reapply it, and it's just, yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. It's more work than it's worth. But we are going to get started. Take a day or two, but I'm not in no big rush. And we're going to start getting the words relayed out on here. They need it. They're starting to show their age. Progress being made, and we are just about done with this project, finally. On the tubs here, I've gotten 2 coats of yellow on, and that's all I'm going to do on that. But I need to go back through, clean up, and touch up the black, and what have you. That's a chore for today. Hoping that will only take 1 coat. If not, I'll finish it up tomorrow. I'll get 1 coat on today and finish up on it tomorrow. But before I get started on that, we're back to the fountains. Went and got my spray glue, and I use a 3M high strength 90 for a spray glue when I'm doing my Spanish moss. And this should be a fairly quick step. I've got to go through all 3 fountains and touch up little spots like that with the moss. You know, any place where there's drips, and I'll probably add some to the sporadically around the rim as well on the fountains. But we're going to get started doing that, and then we'll switch back over to doing the tubs. And I'll give you a look at the fountains once I get all the moss and stuff done. Okay, fountains are done. Got the moss on them. Even did around the pipes. So those are done, and we got the clamshells done. Got the wording and stuff all repainted, and they needed it. God, they were scratched up. Now with that, this project is officially done. I've got 2 other things I still do kind of need to do that's kind of affiliated with this project. One, I got to get the shop cleaned up and everything put away where it belongs. Second, and this will be a separate vlog, I'm going to set this up in the backyard. Get all the pieces on. We're going to get the lights in the clamshells. We're going to get the projection screen and projector out here, and I'm going to shoot a reveal video for it. So that will be up in a couple of days. I'm basically doing it. I want to make sure everything is working right. You know, everything fits, what have you. Even though I did kind of set this up in the backyard in the middle of the project, I want to make sure everything is working right. So stay tuned for that. And with that, stay spooky, stay toxic.